Normally, I'm talking to you from a room filled with good lighting and a plan, but today I'm on the grounds of a villa outside of Nairobi, Kenya, and I didn't plan this video. It found me in a very interesting way. I've been here for the past few days with a group of women, and somewhere between the giraffes in the market and the long conversations that happen when you travel with people, several of them found out that I make videos about the mind and the nervous system. And the question that kept coming up over and over again in different words and different ways is, how do I actually get to peace? Not manage stress, not cope better, but specifically peace. And so I want to answer that question here in this setting, in this environment, because I think the setting is actually part of the answer. Here's what I want to invite you to release in this moment, right now, today, before we go any further. And that is that peace is not the absence of problems. It is not a quiet calendar. It is not a life with nothing hard in it. If that's what you're waiting for, then you'll probably wait forever, because that life does not exist for anyone. It doesn't exist for me. It doesn't exist for you. And it doesn't exist for anyone that you admire from a distance and assume has it all figured out. Peace is not a circumstance. Peace is a nervous system state. And that distinction changes everything, because if peace were about circumstances, then you'd need your whole life to be different before you could feel it. But if peace is a state in your body that can center, or that you can enter, then that's available to you today, right now, right where you are, even with the problem still sitting there unsolved. I want to talk about something now, because I think this is where most people get stuck. Your body doesn't read affirmations. It doesn't. It doesn't care that you said, "I am calm" in the mirror this morning. Your nervous system is running a completely different, completely silent evaluation underneath your conscious thoughts. And researchers call this neuroception. It's a term from the work of Dr. Stephen Porges. It means that your body is constantly scanning for cues of safety or threat without asking your permission and without waiting for your logic to weigh in. So that's why you can know intellectually that something is fine and still feel your chest tight, or feel your jaws clenched, or your shoulders up by your ears. Your mind got the memo, but your body didn't. And this is why the work isn't think more positive thoughts. The work is, what is my body actually picking up on right now? What is it responding to? And what would it need to register, not think, but to register that it's safe enough to soften? You've probably heard me talk about the 3 zones if you've been with this channel for a minute or two. So let me bring that idea here, because this place is honestly probably one of the clearest illustrations that I could ask for in describing the 3 zones. There is the green zone. It's where we're regulated, we're present, we're able to think clearly and connect with people. We're able to feel our feelings without being flooded by them. And honestly, this is where I am right now, is in this space. I didn't get here by trying hard. I got here because everything around me, the quiet, the sound of the birds chirping in the back, the open space, the pace of the day, is telling my nervous system that it's safe to stand down. Then there's the yellow-orange zone. That's where the fight or flight is. It's urgency, your body mobilizing for a threat, real or perceived. And most of us live here far more than we realize, especially if your normal days are full of notifications and deadlines and bracing for, the next thing to happen. And then there's the blue zone, the freeze, the shutdown, the disconnect. It's what happens when your fighting or fleeing didn't work or wasn't safe. So your body's last option was to go still and to go quiet inside. And here's what I want you to actually notice, not just to understand intellectually. The environment moves you between these zones, whether you're aware of it or not. There's real research on this. Being in green natural spaces measurably shifts the body toward that parasympathetic or rest and digest state, the same state under the green zone umbrella. It's part of why something as simple as sitting outside away from screens and traffic and noise can settle a nervous system that no amount of willpower can touch. And I'm not saying that you need to move to Kenya for peace. I'm saying that your body is more honest than your calendar, and it will tell you exactly what it needs if you get quiet enough to hear it. I want to say something personal here, and I want to say it carefully because it's still settling in me. I'm sitting on the continent where Black life, Black lineage, and Black history did not begin with the ship or with the womb. It began here, before the parts of my family story that I do know. There is an older, longer story underneath it, and one that I don't have names or dates for, but it's one that my body seems to recognize anyway. I don't know how to fully explain what that does to the nervous system, but I can tell you what it feels like through what I'm experiencing. And there's this kind of peace that comes from safety in a moment. And then there's a different kind of peace. It's deeper, it's older, that comes from something in you recognizing ground and recognizing that you're standing where you were never supposed to have been erased from in the first place. And I felt my shoulders drop here in a way that I don't fully have language for. And it's not because I don't think that Kenya is without its own complexity, every place is, but because some part of me, I think underneath all my clinical training and all my frameworks, has just exhaled in a way. And if you are a Black person watching this, then I'm not going to tell you that a trip to the Motherland will fix what needs fixing in your life. It won't. But I will tell you this. There is something available here that is worth knowing exists, even if you never get to stand on this ground yourself. Ancestral memory, cultural belonging, the sense of being from somewhere instead of just displaced to somewhere. I don't think that these are soft, sentimental ideas. I think they live in your body. At least that's what I'm experiencing. And then they are part of what regulation actually means for us specifically as a people who have had to build peace without always having ground to stand on peace. And so I'm here to tell you honestly that something in me felt like it came home, even though I was born and raised somewhere else entirely. And I think that's worth sitting with for a moment on camera in real time, instead of editing it out into something nice or something that it isn't actually is. Here's where I want to invite you to notice something the next time that you feel the noise of your life pressing in. And I invite you to ask your body, not your mind, but your body, one question. And that question is, what would tell you it's safe to soften right now? And that might be quiet. It might be someone's voice that you trust and recognize. It might be putting your feet on real ground instead of a floor 11 stories up. And of course, you don't have to act on the answer right now immediately. And I just invite you to notice what your body offers you when you ask the question, because that noticing repeatedly is most of what regulation actually is. I came out here today to answer one question from a conversation that started with a group of women. The question is, how do you actually get to peace? Not manage stress better, not cope better, but peace. And here's where I landed. Peace isn't a circumstance that you finally arrive at. It's a safe state that your body enters when it gets enough of the right cues to stop bracing. And for me, some of those cues showed up in an unexpected place today, standing on ground. My body seemed to recognize before my mind caught up. And maybe your version of that ground isn't a continent. Maybe it's a person's voice, or a childhood kitchen table, or a faith that you were raised in, a language someone in your family used to speak. Whatever it is for you, that's not a side note to regulation. That is regulation. It's where your body has a ground to, and it's worth finding out what yours is. Wherever this finds you, I want you to ask your body the same question that I asked mine out here. And it's, what would tell you it's safe to soften right now? And just sit with that question and sit with the answer. Thank you for being on this journey with me as we continue to explore possibilities for the heart and mind. I'll see you in the next video.